and welcome to Why Did I Meet This Person? You will see in front of you there are 3 piles of cards. You'll probably notice as well that they're not massively tidy. I've tried to make them look as pretty and as neat as I can, but those of you that watch me regularly will know I'm not a very neat person. Okay, so we have pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3, and we are considering in this video, why did I meet this person? What is my destiny with this person? What are the lessons I need to learn? What was the purpose and where is it going? Okay, more importantly, use your intuition at this point and just see which pile of cards that you are particularly drawn to. Okay, some of you, and this is the case in a lot of my pick a card readings, you may be drawn to more than one pile. There will be a timestamp in the comment section and the description box, so you can scooch from one to the other. It may be 1, 2, 3, it may be 1 and 2. Just go with whatever it is, okay? Life is messy, love is messy. Go for it, okay? So let's just together take a deep breath and see which pile you're drawn to, and I will see you on the other side, okay? There will be an extended reading to each one of these piles, and the link for that will be in the description box. Okay, take a deep breath. Wow, that felt good. Okay, sorry if you were wearing headphones. Now, are you drawn to pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3? I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hi there, you chose pile number 1. Okay, let's have a looky see. I haven't seen these cards yet, by the way, so this is, wow. Oh my God. As much of a revelation for me as it is for you. Crumbs. Oh, wow. Okay, God. Well, number 1, you don't do things by halves, do you? Okay. First off, I'm going to look at the wisdom of the Oracle card, Colette Baron Reid, Deep Knowing. Yes. The union that you have with this person, or the connection that you have with this person, is an extremely deep connection. That's just the first thing I'm going to say. With deep knowing as well, I mean, obviously, for me, it's got an eclipse thing going on. I'm not saying it in, in the natural world, the scientific world, that these drawings really do represent eclipses. But for me, I'm feeling some eclipse energy, okay? I'm feeling whatever happened with this person. Have a look back into 2019 when we had eclipses. God, we had one in January in Capricorn, early January, didn't we? We had one in Cancer as well, and in Capricorn again in July 2019, and then we had another one in Capricorn on 26th of December. For you and this person, look back to those times. They're like the kind of weird spiritual landmarks that give you a plot and a clue as to why you met this person. Also, meeting this person is an enormous lesson for you and lesson for them in being the best version of yourselves that you can be. Now that sounds easy. It kind of sounds great, doesn't it? I'm going to be the best version of myself that I can be. You're going to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Let's just do that. Poof. Okay. But somehow you and this person at a very deep level trigger each other, sometimes in quite a seemingly negative way, in order to learn and to grow and to become the best versions of yourself. You are each other's teacher, okay? You are each other's teacher. This is so interesting. Okay. First card you get is World. This is following a huge cycle. We've got the 4 fixed signs. I want to say the 4 fixed signs of the apocalypse here, but it's not that. 4 fixed signs of the tarot. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, okay? And then we've got what I call, what a lot of people call, Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself. This is big. You know, I think I might have emphasised that already, but I'm going to say it again. Your connection with this person is big. It's, you know, you may be calling it twin flame, soulmate, doesn't matter. Whatever you're calling it, you're right. You know, if you are feeling the magnitude of the 5D-ness of your connection, yes. The World card in tarot, it's like the end of the major arcana, but it's also like, for me, a resurrection card. God, you and this person have a very high spiritual connection. You may feel telepathic with this person, even if you're not even in connection with them. You know, you're not talking to them at the moment, or you're in separation. You are feeling, you may feel that this is a past life connection. There will be an extended reading for this. I'll put the link in the description box. I'm going to pull some Romance Angel Oracle cards as well in that, but I'm going to be looking at the other person in particular, and I'm going to be very interested, I think, in that. But for now, know that if you're feeling you've known them before, you might have done. There is a soulmate, past life, cyclical, lesson learning connection, which for both of you brings in your ancestry and your hidden self, and it brings your hidden self to the fore. That is hard, you know. I'm not going to mess about. You're not messing about with this, I can see. This is not a fling, you know. Even if you haven't spent much time with this person, this is not a lightweight situation. This is deep knowing, deep cycle, shadow inducing healing work for both of you. Okay, and that doesn't make for a very smooth ride in the everyday. So I would imagine you haven't had a particularly smooth ride with this person in the everyday. Okay, this is your unawakened self, Temperance in reverse. If you look at Temperance, she's got her foot in the source of the water. She knows how to play. She's got the solar plexus, for me it's indicated, which is speaking from a place of your authentic self. Third eye chakra, the awakening has happened. She's like, la la la, I can play with the water. Water being emotions and love and authentic self, la 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 la. This is in the reverse for you, okay? That when you met this person, and again, I would look at lunar eclipses, the full moon lunar eclipses. Go back a couple of years. We had them in Leo and Aquarius. Then we had them in Cancer and Capricorn. This is over the last 2 or 3 years. Look at what was going on for you, whether it is with or without this person. In the lunar eclipses, you can find them on Google or Cafe Astrology or something like that. That is your unawakened self. And then this is their unawakened self, the King of Swords in reverse. They may be on the narcissistic side. They may be insular. They may have not had to share themselves with somebody in this way before. They may have had loads of relationships, but at the same time, they've never opened up properly. They've never shared. They've never been seen. Okay? Now, the lessons that you're learning here are that neither have you. I know, that's weird, but I'm getting it. You may feel that you've had a desire to be intimate, and I mean that in a kind of spiritual way. You have an idea that you wanted to share yourself, but at the same time, you've not fully been able to share the most vulnerable parts of yourself with another person. It's a difficult thing to do for all of us. There are layers and layers and layers and layers of you. This person draws back your layers and you draw back those. But then, you know, sometimes underneath those layers, we don't even know what we've got. We don't know who's underneath the layers. It's like, there's a reason I had those layers. They were layers of emotional varnish and you are rubbing them off, you know, it's that feeling. Okay. And for some of you, that's a challenge. The reason why you've met this person is a challenge, and it's a process, and it's a cycle. And down here we've got Chuck Spezzano's healing cards. We've got the hidden self. It's a victim card of the hidden self. Hidden amongst all of these outside selves is the real me. It's a revelation process with this person. And then the other card, which I really love actually, and it's quite interesting because if you look at this card, the hidden self, there's a load of people in blue suits and then there's the hidden self in a red suit. Then we get a grace card of vision, and there's someone in the red suit going off on the boat, going down a stream to the higher self. I love this card. It's really, really graceful, okay? There is a path in front of you there, but it's a path in the water. You may be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They may be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? There may be water in your chart, or water in their chart, or water in your relationship. Because look, we've got Temperance. She's playing with water. Then over here, rather beautifully, we've got the Star, and she's playing with water. And then we've got the Grace card, where there's a path in water to the higher self. So you will know how that resonates for your individual situation, okay? You may also be Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius. We've got Cancer, Aquarius, we've got air signs, but we've also got the 4 fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Okay, but water is significant. Having the Star, of course, is a beautiful thing. You know, this is hope, and it's gentleness, and it's your true self, and it's wishing on a star, and it's not closing down your dreams. Don't close your dreams down about this relationship. It is difficult, I do get that. And of course, you know, in the everyday, because I kind of get this is a bit of a messy connection, you need to have your boundaries. You need to have your standards. Obviously, you don't want someone to treat you badly, all of those things, okay? We have Stingray as your animal spirit card. And if you look, there's the boundaries, and the boundaries are the chakras. It's like your boundaries with this person need to be grown from within, but you also are on a process of learning who you are in order to light your boundaries in a kind of spiritual way rather than in an external intellectual way. In other words, I'm not going to cut this person off or say you must do this because I think it. You have got to feel your boundaries with this person, and with yourself. You have to know where you begin and they end. The issue you may have with this person is that it feels like there is a desire. There's such a kind of connection here that it feels like there's a desire to enmesh with this person because of that past life or soul connection that you have at such a deep level. You know, it's like when you see an old friend and you feel those feelings of you know me, you know, that familiarity. Well, imagine that on a soul level. Your soul, and you may not even be able to articulate this, feels, oh, you know me, okay? Queen of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but also this is the Queen who can scry, who can see the future from the surface of the cup, who will go with the flow of feelings. You may be having a lot of difficulty with your deep knowing about this person. You may doubt your intuition. Your intuition is probably your absolute barometer in this situation, okay? This is not straightforward. I'm not going to do tarot by numbers to make it straightforward for you, because you know, and I know, this is not straightforward. But there is a path in the water, okay? And that's not straightforward. Currents change. You have to feel your way, okay? Then we get Brian and Wendy Freed, the Queen of Passage. I love this card. There is the pomegranate that she's holding. She's got a kestrel and she's got a raven. And this is a card that tells you you have angelic help with your passage. That is a passage, okay? You are moving to another stage with this person. And then we get the Fairy of Hope. Now this is the Fairy of Despair. There's been some dark times in your life, not just with this person. In your life, maybe past life, certainly ancestrally in your family, to get the hidden self. But yet this lovely thing here is the Fairy of Hope that leaps out of the darkness of despair. This is the long dark night of the soul, okay? You may have had some long dark nights of the soul, and they may have even been triggered by something this person did, said, or didn't say or do, by their absence, by their presence, whatever it is. When you come into the presence of this person, you may find it difficult to communicate with them. I can't even speak. By text, phone, whatever it is, there is some bar to you communicating easily, okay? Your communication with this person in a rather strange way appears to be through you communicating with yourself, excuse me, in the deep knowing sense, and then somehow the more you know yourself, the more you bring this other person into alignment with you. You may be a conscious creator or doing law of attraction as well. And again, with law of attraction, self-love, knowing yourself and getting into a state of deep, deep knowing with that kind of star energy, where dreaming and knowing and alignment are your number one purpose. That's a very powerful thing, okay? So, know that you and this person are somehow going to move to a new level, but that level is somehow dictated by your journey that you are on. You are both at the moment in the reverse. You are both moving from an unawakened state to a state of awakening. Doesn't mean to say you've not had any awakening. You're just moving to another level as we go into 2020. Oh my God. Okay, right. I'm going to go and do the extended reading for this. I'm going to look at communication with the other person, how to move forward, how best to navigate this passage forward with the other person, okay? I'm going to put the link for that in the description box. This reading has really blown my crown chakra, so do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. If you like this video, hit subscribe and the bell button. Wowzers, I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, number 2. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, haven't looked at these yet. Oh, number 2. What is going on here? Wow. You may have also been drawn to number 1. Wow. God. Ooh. Okay. Gosh, number 2. You may be asking either about an ex or someone that you're in separation with. This has been a very difficult relationship, I think. In the middle here, we've got the 10 of Wands. Ten of Wands is a burdensome, difficult energy, okay? It's when you are either the relationship or you or the other person, I'm going to dig in a bit, it became too big, too overburdensome, too difficult to carry. For some of you, this was too difficult to carry or to continue with. This person's energy is difficult, really difficult. I've got the King of Swords in the reverse, so you could be dealing with an air sign person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it's anybody who, they're very stubborn, this person, very stubborn. And for some of you, it may have been a really, really, really difficult relationship, a difficult experience. For some of you, this is an ex and you're looking back and you're thinking, why did we meet? What is the gift in this? What is the sense in this? What can I take from this? Is there any hope of recovering from this? This is a person I feel that came in the beginning of knowing them, however you connected with them. It was fast and furious. You know, it may have been quite a chemical connection, or it may have just been a very strong connection. And if you had a relationship with them, it may have only lasted like 3 to 6 months, or even 3 to 6 weeks. And it may have been, you might have met them on the internet, or they may be long distance. It feels like there's been some game playing going on. It feels like there's been some you may have overcompensated. With the Ten of Wands, sometimes it can mean dealing with a fire sign, and certainly some of you are, or you are a fire sign yourselves. This is when you take on too much of the burden of responsibility for doing something in a relationship. And it may be that you listened to them a lot, or you initiated a lot, or you felt that you had to bring the energy to the relationship. Otherwise, it would just extinguish. Some of you, this person, like there was a lot of messaging, there was a lot of communication, like for only 2 or 3 weeks or something, and then they may have ghosted you, this person. They may have disappeared. They may have it feels like it's subsided, and that whatever you had going on with them sort of went into a silent. It feels like you're silent and in separation. Next to the Ten of Wands, I've got the Five of Cups. You've got 3 cups down. There is a grief of some kind. Their relationship with you may be connected to the loss of someone in your life. They may also, this person may connect you to your true grief process, which is quite strange, but I do get that. Both of you may have lost somebody in your family before. This person takes you into some necessary grief, and it may have been that when they disappeared or when they distanced yourself, that you went into a grief space and wondered why you went into it. I tell you what I'm really noticing from this as well. Can you see all around this grieving figure there's a light? Now, those of you that have experienced grief would know that it feels anything but like there's a light around you sometimes. It feels dark and it feels heavy and it feels all-encompassing, but I can't help this. Brian and Wendy Frood, I've got the gift. Now this is a woman and she's wearing a mask, and this shape here is an egg. Somehow your relationship with this person planted a seed of knowledge. It had a hidden gift. 3 cups down, 2 cups remaining upright. There was a hidden gift. And the hidden gift is partly that it's connected you to your grief, which you needed to be connected to. And partly it's connected you to your shadow side. Down here we've got Chuck Spezzano healing cards, the unconscious shadow. This woman sees her shadow as this devilish character. For some of you, this has connected you to issues to do with men or with your father if you're dealing with a man. There's something predatory about this person. There's something spooky. You know, this, when you're small, it's like monsters under the bed, isn't it? It's like shadows on the wall. It's the things that you fear, that you can't name, that you can't see, that you can't bring into the light. And your connection with this person, which for some of you is a very difficult connection, brought you into the light in a very unexpected way, or will bring you into the light in a very unexpected way. We get the victim card of revenge. This person is walking on thin ice. You may have felt with this person that you were walking on eggshells, or that you were skating on thin ice, that they were always, that the relationship was always about to break, that it was always about to fracture, that you could say the wrong thing, or that if you text them wrong, you may have analysed every text they sent you with your friends. Does it mean this? Does it mean that? And you may have been surprised at the depth of grief you experienced if you hadn't known them for very long. If you'd only known them for a few weeks or a few months, you may have felt, why is this affecting me so much for someone I don't actually know that well? Or if you knew them for a long time, you felt like you didn't know them at all. In the end, the way that they behaved, you felt like you didn't know them at all. I've got the 8 of Wands in reverse. That is the lack of communication, but it's also, for me, important to examine what happened with this person or with your love life or your own relationships in any Mercury retrograde period. So in 2019, we had a really full-on Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which was 31st of October until all of November. We also had one in July, we had one in February, I think. But have a look as well for 2018, the Mercury retrogrades that we had then. There will be a story for you. It's important, particularly I think the one that we had in 2019 and 31st of October. Because that Mercury retrograde was so dark, it was so, if there was anything like grief, it was Scorpio, and everything was in Scorpio, and it was what I called clearing out the emotional drains is what it felt like. It was dark, but it was a gift for 2020. It was a gift, and this is a gift. It's just probably very difficult to see it at the moment. This is hard, you know, 8 of Wands in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Cups is when someone is coming towards you with love and with an offer and with warmth. And when it goes into reverse, either they were offering you crumbs, nothing, or they ghosted. They literally, it stopped. Because when it's combined with that, that's Mercury retrograde, but it's also a lack of communication. Communication that ceases. And then over here, that gift card is next to the Lady of Unicorns. For some reason, this person has reconnected you with your grief, and it connects you with a gift. It leaves you with the seed of something. And for some of you, that is a new relationship. It's grief and love are not very far apart in a way. It's strange. Well, of course it isn't strange because you grieve people you've loved. But for you, grief and love this person is reconnecting you. They're reconnecting you. Some of you have lost a parent. Some of you have lost a friend. It's to do with, some of you lost a childhood, the shadow card. But this person puts you in touch with what that shadow is, and it's not scary for you anymore. Then your animal spirit card, the Phoenix. I absolutely love this. Root chakra. Root chakra, base chakra, the red, that lovely colour. I mean, look at the colour of this. These are Kim Krantz, the animal spirit cards. And look at that halo. The root chakra of this is about survival, okay? Some of you survived with quite little when you were younger, or there was a call for you to survive an experience. Literally, to survive an experience. You may have had a near-death experience, or to experience some kind of dark grief in your family. This experience with this person gives you wings. It makes you the phoenix. It makes you rise. It makes you burn off old, dark energies. And that is the gift. But boy, it did not come for free, okay? But they never do they? They never do. They never come for free. For some of you, it's broken you open like an egg, and that, you know, it breaks you open for love. In your extended reading number 2, I'm going to look at the possibilities of love for you moving forward out of grief, because that's the message that I'm getting for you. And I believe that somehow this experience paves the way for that. Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reid. You get this come to the edge. It has. This person has pushed you to the edge. But look what she does when she gets to the edge. She sows these seeds, these hearts, this confetti, this love. And she just sort of scatters it everywhere it goes. And it reminds me of that. It's, no doubt this has been a very hard lesson, but it's an incredible heart opener. Physically as well, this chakra is the lower back. You may have had trouble with your lower back. You may experience worry in the hips and the lower back. You may hold your grief in your hips and lower back. What a weird message, but some of you are going to resonate with that massively. And across the pelvis. I'm pretty excited about the opportunities that why you met this relationship with this person has created for you, okay? Number 2, I'm going to go and do your extended reading. Do subscribe to the channel here if you haven't already. Hit the like button, and yeah, we're gonna delve deeper into this. I will put the link in the description box, and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, number 3. Right, let's have a look at your cards. It's always quite mysterious for me because I haven't seen them. I pick the cards out and I make the piles, but of course I haven't seen them. So let's see what you need to know. Oh, wow. Oh, I like this. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, number 3. Wowzers. Okay. I'm going to start with this card. This is not without its difficulties, okay? The reason why you met this person, and this is not, you know, an entire glitter and unicorns situation, but I do need to say this card is from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and it's a rarity because I think there's 48 cards in Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and is there only one love card? I think there's only one real love card. So, you know, you've got a rare card. It's a bit like getting a shiny, okay? You got a shiny. Soulmates. These are penguins. I think they sort of mate for life, penguins. It's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing. So there is the heart with the key in, which is quite weird actually. Number 3, I'm going to have to share this with you. When I was looking at doing the thumbnail for this video, it's really weird actually. I was looking at a picture that I took the other day with my phone, and it was of like a kind of like a fence that was near some water, like a metal crisscross fence, and there was a red heart, and it was a padlock, and it was a red heart padlocked into the middle of this fence, and it's there. That's really weird. So there's the red heart. I don't know if you can see properly, there's a keyhole, and then this penguin has the key. That's really profound for me. This is a soulmate connection. And none of the 1, 2 or 3 have been easy actually. I was really drawn to do this reading today, so I knew there were some deep messages to send out to people. This is a really deep soulmate connection, but soulmate connections can test you as well. And this relationship has a bit of a story, and there's been some tests along the way. You may have even had a third party situation, or felt like you did. First card I get is the High Priestess. Lovely card, okay? Traditionally a card that kind of represents Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You know, it's got the water. It's also got this sort of new moon energy to it. It may be important to you. You may study like moonology, or the moon, or the phases of the moon, or you just had a moon diary delivered or something like that. It may be important for you to look over the new moon eclipses. I mean, we had one on the 26th of December, didn't we, in Capricorn? Yeah, there's a message here for the new moon. So obviously there are rituals you can do around the new moon about planting seeds of love, of hope, of what you desire to happen. It may be that you've either done that, or it would be beneficial for you if you are looking to grow this connection somehow, because this connection is all about potential. You met this person because there is such enormous soulmate potential. But it requires some faith of you with this High Priestess card, but also maybe some moonology magic. I don't even know what that is. I can tell you now, I've never even said that before. When you get the new moons, and the next one we have from, I mean, there's a new moon every month, so just have a look. But particularly in 2020, new moon eclipses, look them up on Cafe Astrology, or anyway, you can put in new moon eclipses 2020 into Google and you'll find them. Use that new moon energy, use that. It's where you can plant seeds use it to grow this connection if that's the way you feel. Obviously, you know, you make your own choices, but if you're feeling this soulmate energy, some of you, there may be a lot to be healed with this person. I can see that, okay? In the middle of the reading, next to the High Priestess, I've got the Three of Cups in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse. I mean, by gum, you know, there's the Three of Cups in reverse. So there's this energy, sometimes of a third party. It can mean that someone had a third thing, like they weren't over their divorce, or they were a workaholic, or whatever it is. Ten of Swords in reverse is that this person is in a period of healing big things. If it's the Ten of Swords, you're healing, you know, some of them, they are healing from a difficult divorce. Some of them are healing from just difficulties in their life, okay? It's coming up for them. Especially if you've had a breakup with this person. Your breakup with this person has triggered them. They've been through a time of darkness and mourning about the breakup. But it feels like there's a choice of recovery for this relationship to me. Five of Cups in reverse. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of grief. You may have been drawn to card pile number 2 as well, actually. Five of Cups is a card of grief, but you've got it kind of in the reverse here. In the reverse, this is a card of a reversal of grief, a reversal of sadness. Ten of Swords in reverse is where 10 swords have kind of gone into a person, but they can now drop out, and there's these exit wounds, and they can now, this person is in a process of healing their wounds. I mean, it's very, this situation has been very triggering for them and for you, but in a different way. So we have the High Priestess, and then we also have the World. Fixed signs: Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus. But also a cycle, a card of being in a soul cycle, a soulmate cycle with somebody. I feel like you've done the difficult cycle, because the Ten of Swords is like a mini cycle. You had a cycle of grief, of upset, of spilt cups, of possible infidelities or third parties or exes interfering or third swords interfering in some way. I feel like you have always known that this will be okay in the end, High Priestess, okay? That you've always had this kind of, you've always known they had the key to your heart, quite honestly. They have the power to unlock you somehow. And then this World card, which feels like a destiny card. Now, 2 other aspects to this. We have the healing card of choice. I do feel like this relationship is at a crossroads. If you look at this choice, like one way leads to things freezing over, coldness and a sense of ice, and the other way leads to growth and the nice trees and the hills and the sunshine and the nice yellow colour and all that stuff. I feel like a lot of the readings I've done today have been about people triggering your shadow side. I feel like you met this person to trigger theirs. I know. You actually feel to me quite, as the High Priestess, quite calm and quite spiritual. You may be some kind of High Priestess character yourself. You may do magic. You may do moon work. I'm really getting that a lot. You may do spells, whatever it is. You're doing pretty well at it. It's good. It's good what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You feel, no matter what kind of casserole of nonsense has gone on in the middle here, you're kind of all right. You feel all right, which is strange, but you do. And the other side of the coin is this other person who really has been through a long, dark night of the soul over this, whatever they're telling you. They might not be telling you anything. They might be telling you that it's not bothered them, or I don't care what they're telling you, but it's bothered them greatly. It's taken them to a really difficult place. You may be left with a decision whether to forgive this person or not as well, because we have the healing card of choice, and these two are actually consecutive. We have the healing card of forgiveness. So this is a very well shuffled pack of Chuck Spezzano healing cards, choice and forgiveness. I know. I feel like you will have a choice whether to forgive this person or not. And it's whether they can forgive themselves, because some of them are feeling guilty as well. Okay, and do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I never say that. I don't know where the button is, but if you're enjoying this video, subscribe and hit the wiggly bell. Okay. Then we have the animal spirit card of Scorpion. There's a sting in the tail here. You met this person to heal a situation going on with them. But there does feel like there is a third wheel. There does feel like there is this interference aspect. There is somebody or something that is quite poisonous. And what you are doing for this person and for this connection is somehow elevating them to the crossroads where they have a choice to either heal or go into the freezing kind of nightmare place. Your powers as the High Priestess cause them to be able to forgive themselves, hopefully. Okay. Brian and Wendy Frood, Heart of the Fairy Oracle, they're coming up as the Prince of Light. They hold this egg. You elevate this person into their very best position, okay, where they become the Prince of Light. And quite honestly, there is a Prince of Shadows in this pack. And I'm going to do the extended reading and we're going to have a look, because this person has quite a sort of a dark past of some kind. They may have been a bit of a player in the past. They may have been a player when you met them. But something about your energy unlocks a very much softer side, and that's part of the reason that you met them. For you, it literally strengthens your magic. You have done shadow work. You know where the sting is in your tail. They didn't. But they may have found out, or they're going to. Then you get the hero. Masculine and feminine mixed together. The person, that's you. You're a warrior. You are a warrior. I know this sounds awful, but I'm not worried about you. You feel like you've got this, but the reason you've come in to relationship or into connection with this person is somehow to elevate them and to teach them. Whether you want that or not, of course, is up to you, and I will have a look in the extended reading of where this is going and where they're coming from, actually, and slightly where they've been, because I'm intrigued to know that. Wowzers, this is a really good for you though, warrior person. Good for you, absolutely. I like where you're at with this. You've got this, okay? This is a soulmate connection. You've never let it drop. You've never let your faith waver, to be honest with you, no matter what these sort of difficult circumstances are. And you're bringing this person to a place of healing, choice and forgiveness, okay? I'm going to go and do your extended reading straight away. The link will be in the description box. Do check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the other side, number 3. Namaste.